Hey, everybody, welcome back to our little show.
Roll with the troll.
Roll with the troll.
It's not just a name, but it's good advice.
It is good advice. You got to roll with the troll. Hey, I'm here with the voice of reason, already giving some great insight, a lot of intellectual prowess going on here.
It's what I do.
Listen, guys, we're talking about Cobra Kai. Are you familiar? Cobra Kai?
Yeah.
Cobra Kai Season 5 is storming up on us so fast now. But the big question looming over everyone's mind is how will Snake and Dennis return in Cobra Kai Season 5? Voice of reason, is that on your mind?
Yes, this is the burning question in the mind of every Cobra Kai fan.
All jokes aside, I do have to wonder what their role is going to be, because in Karate Kid Part 3, their job was solely limited to just fanning Terry Silver's balls. and now there's no way he's going to bring him back in for that.
And fetching Mike Barnes, they did that.
Well, that's true. They did have to go get Mike Barnes and set him up, and they kind of became like, like his assistants while he was in town to kick ass.
Yeah, or handlers. We don't know.
Yeah, it's tough to say. Maybe that'll become their job here. Is that possible that maybe he sets them up with Sensei Kim? They have to look after her. Or I felt like before Mike Barnes got there in Karate Kid Part 3, they did take care of Terry. Maybe they're still taking care of Terry.
Well, maybe. I mean, they're flunkies. Is that like the real term?
Well, what do you mean?
Like henchmen. Kind
of. They were like henchmen. Yeah, they were kind of like the Beastman and Trapjaw of this universe. For those who know Masters of the Universe, in a way, except Beastman and Trapjaw could fight and were muscular, and these guys were just really, really dark, disturbed kids.
Yeah.
And as soon as they hooked up with Mike Barnes, that was it.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you this, voice of reason. Do you think that they will actually become senseis in Cobra Kai Season 5? It would be meritless to think that Snake is going to be a sensei. Yeah. Because he didn't know any karate back then. He couldn't fight at all. He was a mess.
He's got the right nickname for the dojo.
He does, but that's it. And nicknames, no points for nicknames. Oh. Dennis, though, knew karate. And he was a martial artist. Remember, he fought Daniel for a second. Yeah. Daniel took him out fast. So I think Dennis is the only guy Daniel ever beat quickly. Yeah. Like anyone else, was a big, long, drawn out fight. Daniel loses for a while. In the end, he sneaks a win. Dennis was the only one that I can remember anyway, that Daniel just full blown just beat quickly, done with, over, move on.
Right. Yes.
Yeah. So I think Dennis could be seen maybe taking over a Cobra Kai dojo. I don't think that's crazy. Yeah. But I would think Terry would still make him wipe his ass. There's still that element of these guys are always going to be, kind of like the lower class people around.
Like when you don't let your younger sibling grow up, right? Right? Because they're like always the little asshole to you.
Yeah. Yeah. I think you still do something with that. Now, I feel like Snake could still be around. Like he might still be helping out at the mansion just because we didn't see him in Cobra Kai Season 4, Episode 1, doesn't mean he's not around, not still on the payroll.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, he could be stocking the wine cellar.
Just stalking, I've seen you stalk that wine cellar a few times. You know what I mean? Like you're kind of lurking around. You're like, I got to get in there and grab another bottle,
Well, I mean, I have my issues.
Oh, you're saying stalking, like it's his job to keep it full.
Yeah, he keeps it full. He puts things away. He makes sure that it's orderly.
Yeah, okay, that's possible. Hey, if Dennis does get his own dojo, his own Cobra Kai dojo, do you think Daniel beats his ass again?
Yes, I will say yes.
I would like to see that.
It's going to happen.
I would like to see Daniel just destroy him again.
Yeah.
In fact, it should be even quicker than last time. It should be just one quick kick, it's over. Yeah. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
You know what I do like? I like how Johnny slowly kind of gets unveiled to him what Daniel has done over the years. I like that. I like when Johnny's surprised. Like, remember when he didn't know that Daniel had fought those two kids that were in jail? Robbie's old buddies.
Yes.
And then they're like, well, he can kick ass. Remember that? So Johnny had to slowly find out what's going on. And then meanwhile, Daniel slowly finds out all like the criminal things Johnny's done. Yeah. He's always fun. He's like, you did what? It would actually make sense if these two get sent after Daniel again. Different terms. They're not trying to get him to sign on for a tournament again this time. But what if Snake and Dennis in Cobra Kai Season 5 are instructed by Terry and hired by Terry to stalk Daniel's house or to frame him for something? You know what I mean? Like, that would not surprise me at all. The stakes are really elevated.
Well, yeah, and Terry Silver has already really elevated his deviousness because he took care of Kreese.
Yeah. That would be really interesting, right? If after all these years, if these guys as adults If like I'm imagining
they're
Daniel,
still doing this bidding.
They're still doing shit like to Daniel, though, specifically to Daniel, not just to some other fuck, but to Daniel himself. That'd be interesting if Daniel was at Miyagi-Do, maybe late at night, and then he catches one of them lurking outside and he beats the shit out of him, doesn't realize until he's done that it's one of these guys. And he's like, oh man, what is this? 1985 all over?
Would he even remember them sight unseen?
Yeah, why not? I mean, everybody looks the same on this show. I mean, I'm sure they look the same.
There's very little aging going on over there.
Yeah, no one's aging on this show.
I'll have what they're having.
So I would imagine, honestly, that Snake probably still works for him. Because I get the sense, since Snake didn't do any martial arts, that he must have had some other job for Terry that was pretty important. Because why was he around?
Yeah.
You know?
Yes.
So I think Snake is still around doing something else. I mean, it's been 30 years, 40 years, whatever, but that wouldn't surprise me at all if he still has some sort of job in his employ. And then Dennis was a martial artist. So I'm thinking he was actually training Terry sometimes, or at some point was involved in training or something.
Sparring or something.
Something like that. So maybe he might not be around anymore since Terry abandoned the martial arts for so long. But so maybe he's the one Terry calls back up. You know, there you go. Give Terry a scene with Snake, where Snake is still working for him, and he says, yeah, I need to call up some old friends. I got to get somebody involved here. And then they decide to get Dennis back involved. Yeah. This would be interesting because although we did get to know Snake pretty well in Karate Kid Part 3, did you ever feel like we really knew Dennis? No. I don't think he had any lines.
No, I don't think so.
It's interesting because, you know, the actor's got a YouTube channel. Yeah. Yeah. And it's great. He talks a lot. He talks about Karate Kid Part 3. He's interviewed, I think, Sean Kanan and maybe somebody. He's really, it's cool. It's a cool channel. So that'd be interesting to have him back on the show and actually talking. You get some dialogue. And I do think Snake fits into this show really well. Don't you think Snake always had like a cartoony, sort of bumbly, you know, like very over the top? Like he is kind of, he fit in so well with Terry Silver in Karate Kid Part 3. Definitely, yeah. Didn't he? Yeah. They both had that same level of cartoony villain that I think he'll fit into the show perfectly. A little over the top. Yeah. I think the only reason they would bring him into this show but yet limit him, like they're not going to give him much screen time, is that he could never be all that integral to the. Well, maybe, I mean, they could work him in somehow, but I don't think he's going to be integral. I think we've got enough characters to juggle. Yeah. So I think you fit these two in for a few laughs and just to reminisce a little bit, but ultimately I think we'd get them 2-3 episodes each or something like that in season 5. If that, just enough to kind of color up the show a little bit more. But I would like to see Dennis doing some martial arts though, for real, especially against Daniel. That'd be fun. Yeah, I think that would be fun, and I think it'd be a nice way to have more karate on the show, and then also to have Daniel fight somebody else. I love Daniel fighting is always funny because Daniel's so reluctant. He's a grown man. He's a businessman. He's like a respected member of the community. The last thing he wants to do is get known for like getting into karate fights all over the valley. Right. Yeah, that seems to be where things are headed. He's mixed it up with the cops. The fucking whole school PTA is furious with him. He hockey players. Yeah, hockey players. He got into a big fight. I mean, he keeps getting pulled into He's fought Johnny twice now. He ended up having to fight all those guys in the chop shop. Remember that with Johnny? Yeah. And he fought Johnny in the chop shop. Yep. Oh my God. Poor Daniel just goes home. This is why we did that video about Daniel becoming an alcoholic. He doesn't, he's looking back at a year and a half ago and he's like, my life was so normal. Everything was great. And now in Cobra Kai season 5, I've been fighting Johnny.
And Johnny Lawrence walked back into my life, and what has happened? It's unrecognizable.
Now I'm getting into fights with everybody. I got a problem with the local police. My wife's got a restraining order on her against a geriatric old man. I'm known because my daughter got into a big fight at a school, and then my student kicked a kid off the fucking thing. Oh my God, this is Daniel's worst nightmare. He should be drinking more, frankly. But yeah, you throw Snake and Dennis into the mix. Daniel's just gonna do. Here's gonna be Daniel. Ready? Yeah. As soon as he sees Snake and Dennis, he's gonna go, of course. He's gonna be so fed up. Yeah. He's had it. Oh my Lord. Anyway, guys, listen. Let us know in the comments, everybody. What do you think? How are Snake and Dennis going to return in season 5? Is there going to be anything more to it than what we just talked about here, or is this basically it? I don't know. I don't think you need to crowbar them in because they pretty naturally lend themselves to the show. So we'll see. You guys, let us know in the comments if you're enjoying this video. Click like, Please don't forget to do that. It does help us with the algorithm so that we can force more people to have to sit through one of our videos. And subscribe, right? Voice of Reason?
Please.
Yeah, make sure to subscribe. You want to hear this lovely voice here as often as possible,
you're
right?
so sweet to me.
Actually, I meant mine. So, all right, guys, we'll see you in the comments. We'll see you tomorrow for another great video. Thanks for all the support, everybody.